Hey Clashers, we have balance changes coming within the next maintenance break in Clash of Clans. We have some changes for the home village and some changes for the clan capital. Some things are getting better, some things are getting worse and nerfed. So, before we're jumping into the list with what exactly is going to be changed, one quick reminder about when those big updates typically are, because I know a lot of people are waiting for big updates, but we normally know when Supercell is going to do a big update because they're typically around the same time every single year. So around the end of April, beginning of May, we have typically the first update of the year. The second update of the year is in the mid-June, because in July Supercell is going on summer vacation. And then in October we have the third update, and then December we have the fourth update. This is what Supercell so far over all of the last couple of years always was going through rhythm-wise when it's coming down to the big updates. But we have already a nice little balance change. Let's dive into it. The first changes for the home village are actually for the recall spell. The recall spell is so far, let's be honest, quite underwhelming. It is not as strong as a lot of people are hoping for. Yes, you can use it in a creative way, and yes, it's really fun to use, but it's just not as promising if you want to 3-star. Combined with the already really hard 3-star rate on Town Hall 15, it is hard to use, to say the least. So, what is going to be changed with the recall spell? The recall spell is going to be changed where the housing space which you can recall, take back, is going to be increased by 11. Now you might wonder, it's why exactly is this number going up by 11 housing space? The reason is the healers, because now you can actually do a queen charge with 4 healers instead of 3 like before. Before that change, with the old 90 housing space capacity of being able to recall your troops, you were able to bring the queen, which is 25 housing space, then a pet, which is 20 housing space, and then 3 healers to get a little bit below the 90 housing space mark. They're increasing that with 11, which means now you can bring 4 healers, the pet and the queen, to actually charge a little bit more. Going to be interesting if that's going to change a lot. My opinion on that is that I don't think it's going to change a lot. We're going to for sure test it as soon as the maintenance is going to come out with a couple of videos on this channel. Let me know how you would maybe use it, or do you think it's going to change something? Because my recommended change to the recall spell would be that reset it to the old housing space, make it 90 housing space with the recall spell itself, but reduce the housing spell capacity to 1. I think it would be a really viable spell, which would be pretty solid, but I think it would be way more fun to use. I don't know if it's too strong, but I mean, right now we have a really tough meta, so if there's some other options than blimping, I'm all for it. It would be great. So, that is the first balance change. Recall spell from 90 to 101 housing space recall capacity. The next balance change is going to, buff the super minion. Important though is that only the super minion on offense is going to be buffed. When you are using the super minion in your own attacks, this is where it's going to be stronger. It's not stronger on defense, because what exactly is going to be changed? So far, the super ability of the super minion is that it has 5 shots which can travel a longer distance, and the super minion does not have to get closer to whatever it's going to shoot. This is going to be increased to 6 shots, so it has 1 additional shot on a long range on the distance, which is kind of nice. I mean, it's a buff, nothing crazy, but it is nice to have. Now the one important thing though is that with the Town Hall 15 update, super minions on defense were heavily nerfed, because their ranged shots were limited to only 3 instead of the 5 like before the maintenance break. So this is going to stay the same though. So even though on offense they're going to get 1 bonus long range shot, the defense is going to stay the same. It's going to be still limited to 3 ranged shots. Really important to know. So it's not going to change anything there. Now my opinion, or my speculation on how strong this is going to be, Kind of similar to the recall spell, I'm not really sure if it's going to change a lot. Let me know again your opinion down below in the comments. I'm really looking forward to see what you think about this one, but I feel like it's not going to change that much if I'm completely honest. So I think the Super Minion and recall spell are going to stay around the same strength. I don't think it's going to be changed drastically. But as I said already earlier in the video, we are going to test for sure as soon as the maintenance is out in the next couple of days after the maintenance breakdown. We're going to test for sure what we can come up with. How can we approach those new troops in a creative way and see what we can come up with them. So this is going to be for sure something you can look out for on this YouTube channel. But that's most of the, or like all of the balance changes coming for the home village. There's 2 more bug fixes though. First bug which is going to be fixed is the new obstacle. It is bugging right now, sometimes changing into the old obstacle of the last New Year obstacle overall, which is going to be fixed. And then there was a bug where the Phoenix Egg was able to lure ground defensive clan castle troops. That is going to be fixed as well. But with that being said, let's go over to the clan capital. So, in the clan capital, you might have noticed something. That's right, it's the graveyard spell. The graveyard spell is kinda dominating the meta. And yes, I think there's going to be a lot of people now writing in the comments, Supercell is never letting us enjoy those OP things, but, well, they are OP, right? So, the term overpowered is there for a reason. If something is too strong, and all what we're seeing at the moment is just strategies with the graveyard spell. Strategies without the graveyard are not as efficient, and this is not really the purpose of a strategy game. If there's one spell, one troop, or one whatever dominating the meta that much. So, instead, the graveyard spell is going to get another nerf. This time though, it's not going to be as big as the last one. So let's just check the numbers first, and then I'm going to obviously speculate on how big the nerf is going to be. First off, the numbers are going to be changed from the spawning skeletons. Really important. Which means, so far on level 1, it was 23 skeletons which were able to be spawned. This is now going to be decreased to 21. On level 2, we had 27. This is going to be reduced to 25. Then on level 3, we had 31 skeletons getting spawned. This is going to be reduced to 29. And then on the max level, from 35 actually down to 32. So 3 skeletons less on the max level, which is level 4 only at the moment. So, with that being said, this is going to be another nerf for the graveyard spell. And to be honest, I don't think it's going to hit it as hard, especially for the majority of people out there. I don't think it's going to affect you guys pretty much at all. I think where it's going to have the biggest impact is for my community clan, for example. Because for maxed out capital hall level 10 clans, they're going to have the biggest impact, because when actually attacking maxed out districts, this is a huge difference to what a lot of other YouTubers are showing you versus non-max districts, which are nearly always can be taken down in within 2 attacks without really proper planning. So this is something completely different then. So yeah. With that being said, I think for the majority of clashes out there, it is not going to have a really big impact. If you still like the spell, it is not going to be dead. You can still use it. Everything is fine. At the same time though, if you don't like it that much, you can now for sure play something different as well without really getting punished, which shouldn't be the case, right? Like if you do not use a certain spell, you're getting punished. This kind of feels wrong. So the meta should be more variety focused again, which is the purpose in the end of this change, right? Like Supercell want to encourage everyone to use different troops, different spells, different combinations to take down bases. And so far it was always just the graveyard. But either way, let me know what you think about that. Thank you so much for watching as always. And I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next Clash video. Until then, see ya and bye bye.